So you're saying Flash is stronger than me because he's fast? Yeah, his body's basically indestructible since he can survive his own acceleration. Okay, well, I'm almost as fast and I don't even use the Speed Force, so clearly I'm better.
What's the Speed Force?
It's the reason why Flash doesn't disintegrate every time he runs.
Next question. How do we get rid of the Speed Force?
It doesn't matter. I'm way stronger than Flash, and everyone knows it. Superman, he could rewind time and erase you from history.
Okay, but you know that Flash is an idiot, right?
The calculations didn't account for that.
Yeah, it's times like these I'm glad my powers make sense.
You're glad that your powers make sense? Batman, just leave it. No, he said his powers make sense, didn't he?
You know it. My power ring runs on pure logic.
It does it? And would you care to explain it to me?
Don't do it, John. It's a trap.
It ain't a big thing. I just imagine an object and my ring creates it using logic.
Okay, great. We all know how John's powers work. Let's move on, okay? Yeah, he just makes objects from light. Not a big deal, right?
Exactly.
Just one thing. You know that light is massless, right?
I fail to see how this is relevant.
Be the better man, Bruce.
Is he having an aneurysm?
Wow, sure looks stupid.
God damn it, John. Light is energy in the form of electromagnetic radiation. It consists of photons, which are massless particles. They, by definition, travel at the speed of light and cannot be at rest. You shouldn't be able to make them form solid objects. They exert no structural
Can you
force.
explain how I'm making this 1,000-kilogram hammer?
I can't because it's nonsense. The total energy needed to make an object of mass m is governed by Einstein's famous equation, E equals mc squared. Light has no mass, but let's pretend you're using real matter to make your hammer. The speed of light is 3 times 10 to the 8 meters per second, meaning it would take 9 times 10 to the 19 joules to make your hammer. That's a 1 with 19 zeros after it.
Yeah, my ring's pretty awesome, man.
Just shut up, John.
I bet you could lift a mountain without much energy. You can, and we can calculate how high rather easily. The energy it takes to lift something is equal to the object's weight times how high you want to lift it. Let's assume the mountain is Everest, with a mass of 10 to the 14 kilograms. We know that g, the acceleration due to gravity, is 9.8 meters per second squared. So after some rearranging, we calculate that with 10 to the 19 joules of energy, we can lift Everest to a height of approximately 90 kilometers. That's just below the Kármán line, the recognized boundary of space.
I bet you love one of these rings, wouldn't you, Batman?
No, because it's stupid. Think about it. You're literally lifting Everest into space just to create your hammer. And that's before you even swing it, move it, do anything with it. And you're making massive objects with your ring all the time.
Hey, Superman, do you know what else is a massive object?
What?
D's nuts!
My opinion of you has never been low. And the fact that you use light makes this even worse. Do you know how many photons you'd need for that amount of energy?
I don't know, like 100?
Well, let's work it out, shall we? The energy of a single photon is equal to Planck's constant times its frequency. We already know what Planck's constant is, but we need to calculate frequency. Green light has a wavelength of around 550 nanometers, and it, of course, travels at the speed of light. We can calculate a wave's frequency by dividing its speed by its wavelength. Doing that gives us a frequency of 10 to the 14 hertz, for a total photon energy of 10 to the minus 19 joules. As you can see, a single photon doesn't pack much of a punch. Wait a sec, Batman, you're talking about light like it's a wave and a particle. So a photon is a tiny little thing with its own wavelength? That's stupider than Hot Girl's mask!
I'm very sensitive about my nose, alright?
Babe, you smoking his head.
Oh, John.
Light is weird, Clark. It's got wave-particle duality. It behaves as both. This gives us a glimpse into the strange world of quantum theory, but let's save that for the Ant-Man video. Understood. Anyway, a single photon of green light has 10 to the minus 19 joules. So the number of photons required to make 10 to the 19 joules is 10 to the 38. That would be utterly catastrophic. If every grain of sand on Earth exploded into 1,000,000 grains, then those exploded into 1,000,000 more, and then 1,000,000 more, you still wouldn't reach 10 to the 38. Do you hate sand or something? It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere.
I understood that reference.
The flash of light from that many photons would be equivalent to the sun's output in a localized area. You would blind people kilometers away. Everything should be vaporized or irradiated. Air should be heated to millions of degrees.
Nah, man. My power ring has infinite energy, so it doesn't have those problems.
There's no such thing as infinite energy.
Tell it to the ring, bud.
There's no such thing as infinite energy. Have some dignity, Bruce. Where are you getting the energy from?
The emotional electromagnetic spectrum.
The what?
Specifically the willpower frequency.
Please just tell me it's magic.
It ain't magic.
I would feel better if you just said it was magic.
It's science, bro.
No, it isn't. Emotional electromagnetic spectrum. What does that even mean? You're dressing up fantasy with science just to sound credible.
Looks like someone's tapping into the rage frequency.
Damn, I love it.
Your ring is bullshit. Just admit it. Bruce, please relax. He's saying his ring has infinite energy. I know. It can't have infinite energy.
Yeah, it can.
No, it can't. An infinite energy source is impossible for several reasons. But let's turn again to Einstein. This is Einstein's field equation. It's the core of general relativity. It describes how energy bends with space-time.
Batman, this equation is scaring me.
Don't worry, I'm just going to explain it with words. Space tells matter how to move, and matter tells space how to curve. The equation describes how energy and mass wrap space and time, and how that wrapping creates what we feel as gravity.
Batman, I'm still scared.
Look, the important point is this. The G on the left is the Einstein tensor. It describes how space-time curves. The T on the far right is the stress-energy tensor. It describes the energy in a region of space. Now, if lanterns Lantern's ring has infinite energy, then the stress energy tensor for that region will be equal to infinity, which means that G for that region will also be equal to infinity. And what does that actually mean? It means we should have a singularity. Space-time should collapse into itself similar to what happens in a black hole. That's why it's not possible for Lantern's ring to have infinite energy. If it did, we'd be more dead than my parents, who were murdered right in front of me when I was a child.
Okay, well, maybe it's not infinite, but it's close to infinite.
Well, let's see how close we can get before a black hole emerges, shall we? The Schwarzschild radius is the critical radius at which the escape velocity of an object equals the speed of light. I think my brain is going to explode!
You know what else is going to explode?
What?
Days nuts!
Wasn't funny the first time, hot girl. We can use this equation to help us calculate how much energy you can pack into a space before it collapses into a black hole. Let's take the space to be Lantern's ring. R is the radius of the ring, M is the mass of the ring, and G and C are constants. Rearrange the equation so that we're solving for M, and assume that Lantern's ring has a radius of 0.01 meters. By plugging in the numbers, we calculate that the ring has a mass of 10 to the 24 kilograms before forming a black hole. Finally, we can use E equals mc squared to calculate its energy to be 10 to the 41 joules. That is the maximum amount of energy allowed by the ring.
Well, hey, that sounds like a lot to me.
It is a lot, and could probably explain most of your feats. But if the ring really weighed 10 to the 24 kilograms, you'd be instantly dead. That's as heavy as a planet. And the material your ring's made from should be destroyed. 10 to the 12 joules is a more realistic maximum energy. The weight and temperature probably wouldn't kill you then, but that's not even enough to make one of your hammers.
Oh, so you calculate my ring should have lots of energy, but now you're saying it shouldn't? Which is it, Batman?
Well, to be honest, it doesn't really matter because of the transmission loss. Transmission loss? What do you mean? The ring's right there on his finger. Yes, but the battery that's powering it is thousands of light years away. Power rings get their energy from a central battery on the planet Oa, which radiates energy across the universe. But just how much of the energy should John receive? Well, we can calculate that. This is the formula for energy spreading out from a point source in all directions. I is the intensity of the energy, P is its power, R is the distance from the source to the receiving object, and 4 pi r squared is the surface area of a sphere.
Why a sphere?
Well, John isn't the only Green Lantern, so it makes sense for Oa to spread the energy evenly over a sphere as it radiates outward. That way other lanterns can get energy too.
Hal Jordan's a bitch.
Word. The problem here is distance. Oa is roughly 10,000 light years from Earth. Let's say Oa broadcasts its energy at the same power as our sun. Then the intensity at John's ring is approximately 10 to the minus 15 watts per square meter. Assuming again that the ring has a radius of 0.01 meters, then its surface area is equal to 10 to the minus 4 square meters. The power the ring receives is equal to intensity times area, which gives us approximately 10 to the minus 18 watts, which isn't even enough to power a wristwatch.
What the hell are you talking about, Batman?
If the energy is infinite, then we have a black hole. And if it isn't, then we have nothing. Just admit it's magic, John. Just admit your ring's powered by magic.
You're just jealous you can't make all the crazy shit I can.
And just what can you make?
Hammers, drills, make armor with a machine gun arm?
What?
Like a giant machine gun arm.
He's such a hunk.
And tell me, John, do you know how to build these things without your ring?
You're gonna say it makes no sense regardless of which answer I give, aren't you?
Let's assume you can. Let's get real wild here and pretend you're a genius. Well, guess what? Conscious thought only processes around 50 bits per second. Your Iron Man suit ripoff, legally distinct, would require at least 1 gigabyte of information. It would take you 5 years of constant thinking to build the suit, not seconds.
Will I just tap into my unconscious mind?
You can't consciously tap into your unconscious mind. If you could, then it wouldn't be your unconscious mind. And you wouldn't even want to. You'd go limp and piss yourself.
Batman, please have some class.
And if you don't know how to build your objects, then Oa must be transmitting the information to you. But much like with energy, not all of it's going to reach you. There's going to be transmission loss. And how does your ring even store information? And how does it even know what you want? Like if you think, I want armor, but your ring has thousands of specs of armor, then which does it choose?
Listen, man, you're overcomplicated. My ring's smart, okay? It's a universal translator.
How can it possibly be a universal translator? Languages aren't a static thing. They evolve. Slang, memes, sign language, braille. I could make up my own language right now. How would it know? When translating something to English, does it pick Old English or Modern English?
Whatever the user wants. It can read minds.
How the hell does it do
It
that?
interprets the user's willpower.
So you're saying every thought is connected to willpower. I need to eat food. I need to go to the toilet. How are these connected to willpower? Is this a lack of willpower? Are we even using the same definition of willpower?
Of course we are. A frequency in the emotional electromagnetic spectrum. They can do other things too, like see the future.
Does that mean you have no free will? You can't change it? Or if you can change it, then the future the ring showed you was wrong? That violates causality, special relativity,
It
thermodynamics.
can resurrect you.
How? After death, the body decays. You need to replace missing atoms, reshape bones and organs. And what about the mind, the personality, the soul?
Let's try to keep things scientific, Batman. It also has its own pocket dimension. I put bad guys in
A
it.
region of space-time with its own volume, time flow, gravity, light. Do people age there? What happens if they die? How do things enter and leave? Just take a deep breath, Batman. It's just so stupid. I know, champ. I know.
Hey, it ain't all good news. I gotta recharge my ring every day.
You have to what?
Every 24 hours it runs out of power. Gotta recharge it.
Your ring, which has infinite energy, needs to be recharged every 24 hours? Do I even need to explain why that's stupid?
To recharge it, I need to recite a sacred oath.
Sacred oath?
Are you in a cult?
I don't think so.
What happens if you don't recite it?
Oh, we can't do that. Our leaders have absolute unquestioned authority, and there's punishment for dissent.
Yeah, you're definitely in a cult.
Who are you reciting the oath
A
to?
bunch of space wizards in robes.
John, are you a Jedi?
Hell yeah, I am.
I knew it! Maybe you're not just a scruffy-looking nerf herder after all.
You can't call me that.
I apologize.
These nuts!